They thought I'd always be waiting, the dependable sibling, the backup plan, the one with no life of their own. I still remember the exact text: no greeting, no warmth, just my sister's voice in pixels. "We're taking Mom to the lake house for her birthday. You can't come, no room. But you can do us a favor and watch the kids. We'll drop them at your place Friday morning." Not a question, not an invitation, a command. And in that moment, I realized something. Family isn't always about love. Sometimes it's about convenience. And I had been convenient for far too long. When we were kids, I idolized them. My older sister, my younger brother. They were loud, charismatic, reckless. I was the quiet one, the responsible one, the one who cleaned up after their messes so Mom wouldn't notice, the one who covered when they stayed out too late or lied to protect them. Back then, I thought it was love, that they'd do the same for me. But love isn't supposed to feel like servitude. The first crack showed last Christmas. They organized the family dinner, and somehow I was the only one not asked to bring a dish. I was just told to host, scrub the house, cook everything, pay for the groceries, smile like it was an honor. I told myself it didn't matter, that it was family, that I shouldn't keep score. But then the lake house trip. The birthday I wasn't invited to, while they expected me to play unpaid babysitter. That's when the illusion finally snapped. I didn't argue, didn't beg, didn't even respond. I knew better than to fight their entitlement head-on. That only fed them. No, I needed something cleaner, colder. I waited, silent. And Friday morning, when they showed up at my door with 2 kids in tow, dragging suitcases and Starbucks cups, I was already gone. 3 hours earlier, I'd thrown a backpack in my trunk, locked my apartment, and driven out of the city with my phone switched off. No warnings, no explanations, just absence. When they knocked, when they called, when they stood there with Mom's grandkids crying in the hallway, I wasn't there to catch them. For once, their mess wasn't mine to handle. I can imagine the scene. My brother cursing under his breath, my sister outraged that I wasn't at their beck and call, their kids tugging at their sleeves, confused and restless. They would have tried calling me, of course, over and over. But silence has a weight heavier than anger. Silence makes people panic. And all the while, I was 3 hours north, standing on the edge of a cliff overlooking the ocean, letting the salt air sting my face, tasting freedom for the first time in years. You see, revenge doesn't always need fire. Sometimes it's ice. My absence forced them to confront what they'd taken for granted, to carry their own weight, to scramble and fix the chaos they tried to dump on me. I didn't need to yell, didn't need to argue. My refusal spoke louder than anything I could have said. Of course, they tried to spin it later. You could have just told us you didn't want to. No, that's not how it works. Because if I had told them, they would have fought, manipulated, guilt-tripped. They would have twisted it back on me, like they always do. But silence? Silence gave them no weapon. I stayed gone all weekend, hiked, read, slept, ate alone at a diner without anyone asking me for a single thing. And for once, I didn't feel lonely. I felt whole. When I came back, my phone lit up with messages, voicemails, some angry, some desperate, some dripping with guilt. I didn't respond to a single one. That was months ago, and since then, they don't ask me for favors anymore. Not because they've changed, but because they finally learned. I'm not the safety net, not the fallback, not the servant who waits quietly until summoned. I burned that role the moment I walked away. So when people ask why I didn't go to the lake house that weekend, why I didn't watch the kids, why I disappeared without a word, I only say this: sometimes the loudest way to say no is with silence. And that silence, it was the sweetest revenge I've ever tasted.